Thanks for joining us once again for your update from the city of New Hope with the mayor, Kathi Hemken. Welcome, Mayor. How are you today?
Hi, Dave. Just fine. Thanks.
Thanks for being with us. We've got a lot to talk about in the next few minutes. Let's start with a big event that is an annual event coming up at Cooper High School, the Relay for Life. Tell us more about this event, how people can get involved and who it benefits.
They've been doing this for many years. It's put on by the students. It's an overnight thing. It starts at 6 o'clock at night on the 7th, and it'll go till 6 o'clock in the morning. So they'll be there all night. They walk around the track. Survivors have a walk, and sometimes the survivors will go halfway and their caregivers meet them the other halfway. It's a very emotional day. They raise a lot of money doing this, and they just give it to cancer. So it's a good thing to go to. It's open to the public. You can go if you want to go anytime during those hours. It's well managed. It's well supervised. And there will be dim lights after 11 o'clock. So they won't be shining in people's windows, and they're not allowed to use the PA system. So it's a nice, quiet event, and it's very, very nice to go to.
Excellent. Hope people can get out and get involved. Here's another event to get involved in later on in summer. This is the Off-Broadway musical theater. You wouldn't think that things are coming together now for July, August events, but they are. What's happening with the theater?
Well, it's going to be Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. And last weekend they did tryouts for the play, and which makes me think summer's just right around the corner.
Right.
So July 21st is the first day that it opens, and it's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights, usually close to dusk. They're asking $5 donation to people to help offset the cost. And if you happen to bring a can of soup or a bowl or something for the food shelf, that'd be great too.
And in the new setting this year for the first time, so plenty of seating, right, at the new entertainment center?
Yes, but you have to bring your own chairs. There's no bleachers.
Okay.
So bring your own chairs or blankets to sit on, and it's terraced. So it's a nice place to sit, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It should be a fun place to watch it.
Next update from the fire department, West Metro. They are doing some emergency management training. Again, explain what this is, why this is so important.
This has been going on for a few years. They meet a couple times a year. They want to make sure that both the cities of Crystal and New Hope are on the same page in the event of any kind of an emergency, a weather emergency or some sort of civic unrest. They want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. So they have these emergency management trainings with the fire department, the police department, and the management of the cities.
Let's move over to Scattered Site, two properties to update residents on today. The first is 4201 Boone. We've been talking about that treehouse site. Big celebration coming up.
Well, as you know, they're closing. Treehouse is actually moving. The treehouse in New Hope is moving to Plymouth. And so those two treehouses will be combined. And the building that was on 42nd and Boone has been sold to the city, and they're out of that building. They're not using it now. So they're having a farewell party on the 11th from 6 to 8. And it's open to anybody that wants to stop by and just say farewell to the building and the staff.
Other property is 5306 Rhode Island, and this is a property that apparently has a lot of interest in it.
It is. So that's the house that we bought. They did a demolition, but first they removed all the stuff from the house that they could use. They totaled it out, and then they fixed the land so it looked good. We've got 5 developers that have come to us with proposals, and now the Economic Development Authority will look at that next week, and we'll pick a developer for that property. Typically, we pick a developer that has worked with the city before, but it doesn't have to be that way. And we kind of know what fits in the neighborhood. So we'll pick a developer that will build a house that's going to fit nicely in that neighborhood. There seems to be a lot of interest in that neighborhood. That's what that new development went into. And so that neighborhood is getting upgraded really quickly.
Very good. Let's talk about the business networking group. Here's a really quick date for your calendar. They're meeting next on May 4th. What is the topic and where are they meeting?
Well, May the 4th is the date. You don't have to wear Star Wars clothes if you come.
Very good.
It's going to be 2 o'clock at City Hall, and they're going to talk about wellness at that meeting because there's a gal that's running a wellness clinic. So come to the meeting. There's also good stuff that goes on, and there's a lot of networking going on. So you can share some information. If you're new to come to these meetings, bring some business cards if you have them, because they always are asked for and they're passed around.
Information on the city's website about that and other topics that we're talking about here today, newhopemn.gov, as you see at the bottom of the screen. Next topic, let's talk about a new business in town. This is called the Lake Weeders Digest. Sounds interesting. Tell us more.
Well, Lake Weeders Digest is a company that will help you manage your lawn, if you will, if you're living by a lake or a pond.
Okay.
So all those fertilizers and things don't go right into the lake. They have ways of helping you either design it or helping you with the plants for that. So they're located on International Boulevard. So if you're interested, you can go on the website and get some information about them.
Very
That's
good.
Lake Weeders Digest.
Sounds good. Let's go to the police department. Always busy with community engagement, and it sounds like a couple fun ways that they are out and about this past week or so. Tell us about that.
Well, our canine officer and our new dog Durango went to Northridge to visit the residents there, and they talk about what the dog does, and they let the people see the dog. And then they've also done coffee with a cop at some other places. They're going to do a barbecue at Broadway Village next week.
Nice.
I think that's kind of exciting too. They're really making an effort to get out into the community. We have a bunch of kids that are in homeschool, and so that homeschool cooperative met, and the cops were there to talk to the second and third graders. So anytime we can get those police officers out in the community is really helpful for everybody.
Agreed. Let's talk about Public Works for a few minutes, some of the things happening there. And who would have known that they get so excited about asphalt season, but it's here. What does that mean for residents?
Well, you can't get asphalt when it's cold.
Okay.
You can't lay it down, but we also can't get it. So now that it's getting a little warmer, that asphalt has become available. So the first thing they're going to do when they get that is they're going to fix where they had water main breaks, and they just kind of put sand over it. They'll fix those areas first. The other thing is they're asking people, if you've got a pothole in front of your house, please go onto the website and report that pothole. We don't know where they all are, and we're willing to fix them. We just don't know where they are. The city's so big that they can't just drive up and down the street looking for them.
Sure.
It's really nice if they know exactly where they are, and they'll go fix those potholes. And now that it's a little warmer, they can get that fixed with that asphalt.
All right. Website again, newhopemn.gov. You can report that pothole and get it fixed up. The other thing, Public Works very busy right now is the emerald ash borer problem. And it seems to be a big problem, maybe bigger than we thought.
It's huge. Apparently, we had some money for the removal of those ash trees. We've been very progressive doing that. We didn't realize how many ash trees we had or how bad it would get. Well, there's been just an explosion of this emerald ash borer disease. So how you can tell is, first of all, there's woodpeckers at your tree. They're pecking to get the larvae from these borers. So you can see if the woodpecker is there. Also, if there's a piece of bark removed from your tree, the woodpeckers have done that. That's a real good indication. Or if there's some droppings below the tree from the woodpecker, you can tell by that. If that ash borer is on your property, that's your responsibility to remove it. We'll only remove the ones from the boulevards and from the parks, but apparently it's really gotten bad. So they're very, very busy. They're asking the city for more money to remove more of these trees because they need to come down once they die, and that just spreads more. So we need to get them out of here and down and removed before it gets much worse.
Let's talk road construction season. There's a few projects that are going to be underway soon that might affect some residents and some people traveling through town. What are some of the roads to watch for as far as construction? Well,
our infrastructure project this year is north of Bass Lake Road from Gettysburg, Louisiana to Gettysburg. And so they'll be doing some curb repair next week in the area. And they'll be doing some mill and overlay on Hillsborough and Hillsborough Circle and Gettysburg Circle. But that won't be till about the middle of the month. Okay. But just know that it is going to come, and you're going to have that little bit of dust and dirt for a while.
All right, Park and Rec, we go. A lot happening here, as you might expect. And there was a big kickoff event this past weekend for Step to It Challenge, or Peso. Let's see, what do they call it? Peso a peso? So what is the Step to It? Why should people get involved?
Well, Step to It is a Hennepin County program, and it's free. You can go online and register. And you register at Step to It. Spell the words out, and there's no spaces. And it'll just take you to the website. It's very easy to sign up. And then they'll give you a bunch of activities that we all do, cook, clean, a garden, mow, and convert that to steps for you. And you enter that just to keep track of how much you're moving. And that's the whole idea. They want to get people out and moving now that it's spring. Well, the city has also got a group. And of course, our group matches against other groups the size. So if you want to sign up with the city, you're eligible to win some prizes. So they give to the highest steppers in each age group, they give prizes like passes to the pool or a pair of twins tickets.
Great.
So it behooves you to sign up. It also behooves you to do the steps to do that. So it's really kind of a fun program. You'd be amazed at how many steps you can get in just by doing normal work.
That's right. Get out and get exercising. Step2it.org as you see the website to find out more about that. It's dance recital season. What are the dancers doing? Where can they be seen?
Oh, they're practicing like crazy. So their recital is Mother's Day weekend. They have numerous recitals. I know there's tickets you can get online. If you can't figure that out, which I couldn't, I simply called City Hall.
There you go.
And they got the ticket for me. So the tickets are available. It's really fun to watch those young dancers and all the work they go through to put this on. And we do dancers as young as 2 and 3.
Wow,
They have to
that's
be,
amazing.
They have to be potty trained, but they're really cute when they do that.
Oh,
and
yes.
A lot of those young dancers we have for 15 years. So we're there when they graduate from high school. And that's when they move on to, so a lot of them become teachers after they leave us.
Yeah, it
Become
is a neat
part-time
program.
teacher.
Yeah, has a great following.
It's a great program. It's so much fun to watch.
I agree. All right, let's talk a little bit about that cold weather that's hitting all of us, affecting things in the city, as well as sports teams trying to play some games and practice. So where are they going? The city has an answer.
Well, there's always a happy spot for everything.
Yeah.
So because the weather's been so bad, they've been renting the community gym to do either practices and just working out. So the baseball teams are there, the softball teams are there, the golf kids are there. So they're renting those gyms pretty regularly. But now that it's going to get better, that'll stop, of course.
All right. Now, a couple things related to safety that are happening through Park and Rec. The first is something a little further out, but sign up is right now. This is for the safety camp. When does that occur? And again, what's the good news about people that can sign up quickly?
So the safety camp is in August. It's 3 days in August. I believe it's the 16th, 17th, and 18th. Affinity Plus Credit Union has paid the fee for all of the campers this year, all 75 of them. So it is free to go to safety camp this year. So if you're in the 3rd to 5th grade, or you'll be starting 3rd to 5th grade this year, sign up for the safety camp. It goes from 7:30 in the morning till 4:30. They talk about every kind of safety you can imagine. Water safety, electrical safety, bike safety. It's a really fun event for the kids. They love it. And it's 3 days of nonstop fun. But I have to tell you, it's open just to New Hope kids now till the end of the month. And then they'll open the sign up to all the kids. And as soon as they do that to other cities, it'll fill up very quickly.
Right.
So if you live in New Hope and you want your child sign up for safety camp, you better do it pretty quick before that gets filled up. And it's free this year.
That is good to know. You mentioned bike safety. Here's another event for bike safety coming up very, very quickly. This is the bike rodeo. When does that occur? And what happens at a bike rodeo?
I believe that's the 5th of May. It's going to be in Golden Valley from 6 to 8. I was at a meeting with the Crime Prevention Board this morning, and they told me they have 30 bikes they're going to be giving away. So they buy these brand new bikes and they give them away to kids that either register or show up to the bike rodeo. It's just a nice, fun event. They show you some bike safety. They give you some tips. And again, it's a free event. And parents are welcome to come. And for those littler ones, they have to come to get them with their bikes there. But it's an opportunity to get a nice new free bike.
And again, at Golden Valley City Hall this year, 6 to 8. So I hope you can stop by on the 5th. There's some neat classes coming up through Park and Rec that have some interesting topics and titles. Safety at home and babysitting. Tell us a little bit more.
The safety at home is meant, that's going to be the 16th of May from 5:30 to 8:30. And that's meant for kids that go home after school and the parent isn't there yet. So it's just safety, how to make sure you answer the phone properly. Make sure that you're not turning on the stove. Just want you to be safe while you're at home for that hour or two. So this is for kids 8 and up.
Okay.
And just go online and sign up. It's going to be 5:30 to 8:30 on the 16th. Now, on the 21st is a babysitting clinic, and that's a Saturday. And sign up for that. That's for kids 10 and over. You go in and you learn all kinds of tricks that you need for babysitting. That's a pretty well-attended class. They have it about 3 times a year. So if you're interested in that, you have a young child that's interested in babysitting, get them signed up for that.
Great idea. One other note to pass along coming up on your calendar, that 21st as well, the same day as the babysitting class, is the plant sale. Where does this occur and what are some of the details around it?
Okay, so that's going to be 8 to 1. It's going to be at the New Hope Golf Course. We sell these plants, 2 pots for $5. I have about 150 beautiful coleus. And right now there's about 200 plants there, but there'll be more between now and the 21st. They're pretty cheap. They're all out of either the golf course or people's gardens. So you know you're getting good plants that are well established and the price is right. And all the money that we make from that goes back to the golf course. And that's what buys the flowers and the little trees they put up here and there. It's really a nice fundraiser for them.
Yeah, great effort. Speaking of the golf course, let's talk a little bit about what's happening there. There are, I hope, rounds of golf being played and also lessons and other things going on. Tell us about some of the activities.
Well, now's the time to sign up for the junior leagues and the lessons. And you can do that at the golf course or you can do that through the website. Golf has been pretty slow this year because the weather's been so terribly awful.
Yeah.
But hopefully it'll get better. So the women and the men's and the couples leagues are forming now.
Okay.
There's still time to sign up if you want to sign up for one of those leagues. Just go into the golf course or go onto the website or call the golf course and get yourself signed up.
Other arena that we want to talk about or area to talk about is the arena and a lot of activity going there. How's the North Rink coming along with all of its fix-up work?
Very well, very well. So the boards and the glass are up. They've repainted the north steps. It's all been power washed. So now they're laying down the ice. And so I said, well, how hard can that be? Well, apparently they put down a thin layer and then it has to freeze and then they scrape it and then they put another layer down. So this is a multi-day operation where they're just constantly putting more water down. And of course, each time the ice has got to be pretty thin that they put down. They can't put down 5 inches of water and hope that it freezes someday.
Sure.
So they're telling me they put powder into the water to make paint. And that's what the ice is going down. And after they put a few layers down, that's when they come in then and paint the logos on the ice.
Okay.
And then again, that has to freeze and then another layer of ice. And so this is a multi-day, but they'll get that ice in there pretty quick.
Quite the process.
The South Rink has been very busy because kids still need to skate. There's still training going on. There's a lot of ice camps that are going on, and they're all going on in the South Rink. So that one's been pretty busy.
Good to hear. All right. Well, as you can hear, each week, a lot going on in the city of New Hope. We'll try to keep you up to date on a regular basis here with these updates. If you want more information on any of the topics we covered, go to the city's website, newhopemn.gov. Mayor, thanks once again for your time, and we look forward to talk to you again next week.
Thanks, Dave. See you then. Bye-bye.
Learn more about the connection at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.